Good morning, teacher. My name is David Tumala. I'm going to explain the four lesson plan. The topic that I chose was uh, the difference between the present perfect and the past perfect and in the interrogative forms. The lesson plus was designed for a period of 45 minutes, taking into account students with the first senior high schools with the English level of A 2.2 according to the SERF. The objective proposal for this lesson plan was developed taking into account the four strands. That is to say, with this class, students will be able to improve their skills in the four strands, such as in listening, speaking, reading, and writing. But all of this focus it on improving their skills relating to the topic present perfect, past perfect, and interrogative forms. The method that I chose uh, were content-based language teaching and audiolingual methods. The strategies proposal for this class were visual scaffolding and group work. Talking about the anticipatory set, I'm going to show many kind of pictures related to a topic to the students in order to they order to represent with uh, those pictures a story. Uh, but only visual. And for this moment, they are not trying to write nothing. For the main teaching input, I am providing to my students with a warm-up activity in which I am going to ask questions to the students related to the topic, but focusing on aim the attention of students to the use of present perfect, past perfect, and interrogative form. Next, I'm going to provide the structures on the blackboard to the students, and I'm going to help my students to repeat such structure. Next, I'm going to give uh, different stories to many kind of group of students, maybe 4 or 5, in order to they order this kind of pictures and write on it in order to represent a story, but using the present perfect, past perfect, and the interrogative form. Next, I'm going to monitor these activities in order to provide help when necessary. And then I'm going to guide my students in order to develop in a correct way the provided exercises. After that, I'm going to follow with an independent practice, and in which I'm going to use another kind of pictures related to another kind of story. In the assessment, I'm going to choose in an aleatory way many kind of pictures for the volunteering students in order to they write uh, coherent sentences related to the given pictures. And finally, I'm going to provide a feedback and send homework related to the uh, taught topic. Talking about the modeling, I'm going to show how to use the explaining patterns, present perfect, past perfect, and interrogative forms, but focusing on the uh, many kind of pictures in order to represent a brief story. Next, I'm going to guide to all the class, in this case to all the groups, in order to they develop a brief story to the given, or it could be maybe choosing literally many kind of pictures in order to they represent a brief, simple story. Next, I am going to uh, talk about the independent practice in which I'm going to provide uh, 2 or 3 pictures chosen by myself, and then these pictures are will be given to the each kind of group in order to they represent and write a coherent story according to the picture given. Next, I'm going to access all of these activities in order to get acquainted, such as by myself as my students, to the level of knowledge acquired during this class. That is to say, I'm going to provide with another kind of pictures, and they have to write um, a brief but interesting and simple story. That is the way by which I am going to get a conclusion about their knowledge. Finally, I'm going to close review and follow up, but in this stage, I'm going to provide a positive watchback in order to make a self-reflection, such as by myself and to the students according to the uh, topic taught. Then I'm going to send for homework um, a brief uh, activity which consisted in search for more the pictures in order to they represent a brief story, but focusing in the use of present perfect, past perfect, and the interrogative forms. All of this taking into account the real world in which the student is living, or taking into account the real environment in which the students uh, live. Thanks.